Okay, is there enough water to flood the entire world?
Well, the thing is, with respect, Darren, what you need to remember is if you're going to tell us that you can't, that we've calculated this wrong, it would be nice if you would include your calculation so we can see what you're talking about. But actually, it isn't the case. We know from what Scripture says that after the flood, there would be the mountains rising up, the ocean trenches lowering, and that accommodates the amount of water. In fact, the amount of water on the Earth is very great.
Yeah.
The Earth is actually covered to the surface area of the Earth is covered by 70% water.
That's right, yeah.
And there's a considerable amount of water there. Now, I'm very old, Eric.
Oh, really?
I am. I'm a bit older than you are, and I remember back in the mists of time when televisions just broadcast in black and white.
Do you really remember that?
I do. I do
Oh,
remember
my
when
goodness.
television broadcast in black and white. I don't know whether that's because my parents were just too mean to buy colour TV license, but it's. I remember in those days there was a broadcaster from France called Jacques Cousteau. Now I've asked audiences in the United States about him. Do they remember him? And they apparently you had Jacques Cousteau's broadcast.
I love his adventures. Yeah. That was incredible.
He was a diver, and he used to do these amazing programs from under the sea. And one of the things he pointed out is that if you were to take all the high mountains and you were to put them into the ocean trenches, as it is today, I mean, this man was not a believer, but if you were to take the mountains and you were to put them in the ocean trenches, that actually the Earth would be covered to a depth of well over a mile.
Wow.
Well over a mile deep.
So if the Earth was smooth, there's enough water to go over a mile deep right now.
Yes. Now, in fact, of course, we don't need that much because, according to Scripture, the mountains were covered by 15 cubits of water, approximately 21 feet of water. So we didn't need a mile's depth of water, but there's plenty
So
of water.
what's his mistake? He's making the categorical mistake of probably saying, well, if Mount Everest is this tall, then the water had to be that high.
Yes.
And that's really the problem, isn't it?
That's right, that is the problem. And yet we know that there are plenty of marine fossils on the top of Mount Everest. So even secular geologists acknowledge that Mount Everest must have been covered by water at some time.
Right.
The point is, Mount Everest did not have to be as high as it is now, or maybe even exist.
That's true.
At the time when it was covered by water, so that marine fossils could be produced there.